Link in the description for the non-timer version of this video, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of episode 2 of Loki, the variant, and press play on it when I press play, when the timer reaches 0. Now, in my opinion, what I think would be brilliant for this other Loki is if it's a Loki that we already know, that we just didn't realize was gonna go down this path. Like, somehow, some way, at another timeline split, we have that for an event we've already seen. Where obviously we didn't see the split of the timeline, but at some point between Avengers 2012, presumably, maybe before, but I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe when he first got sent away at the first Thor movie, into the Rainbow Bridge. No, that's Mario Kart. The bridge between Earth and Asgard, or no, the Bifrost. Good God, the Rainbow Bridge. Maybe that would be a place that it would split off. I think that'd be so cool. It's of course another time variant of Loki. Is at least how they made it seem. Obviously, we don't know everything yet. So it has to be somewhere on this Loki's timeline, from birth to Thanos' death, that this Loki came into being. As it is now. And I think it would be a little lame if it was something we haven't seen yet. That was the splitting point. I think it would just be a little, eh. One thing we know is that despite being the controllers of time, I don't want to say masters, because it makes them sound more like, I guess, the Doctor Who bad guy with the Time Lords and the Master. Despite being the controllers of time, these powerful beings, they are not gods. They cannot, snap their fingers. Well, neither is Loki by that standard. They are not all powerful. They cannot snap their fingers. Okay, I need to. That's what Thanos does. They cannot clap their hands, and their will be done. They need enforcers. And just people to keep it in line. And we also know from the first episode that the Timekeepers, the Time Variance Authority, cannot read minds. So from multiple scenes, so they are capable of being tricked. Which makes me worried about what Loki's gonna try at some point, because there's no way, even if he is fully reformed by the end of the show, there is no way he will be there. He is there already. I'm looking forward to the show. I know this sounds like inane ramblings, and that's because it is, and that's what people subscribe for, apparently. Let's go. Previously on, okay. Maybe this specifically has happened a bunch of times before. Like, this moment tends to get Loki on the wrong path. All-knowing, so they essentially can read minds. Essentially. If that is to be taken at its word. Oh, by the way, yes, it's Owen Wilson. I know now. Yep. I'm imagining it. There's probably more to it than simply, yo, we need someone who thinks like this variant. I imagine that's going to be a part of it, but I think there's probably more to it than that. Or flashback. Oh, it was in medieval times that this. Oh no, wait, no. Or is this a Renaissance festival? Yeah, it's a festival. I knew it. I caught it before that came up. Haha. Honestly, I think it would look better if it wasn't a Renaissance festival. Actually, they're kind of making it look too good, knowing this. So are they just visiting, or is this... She kind of looks like Agatha. She got the hair. I like it. Some of us need this. Yeah, don't... Hey. It's not a trap, is it? Oh, that's a Wanda move. Is Loki able to do that? I don't recall him using mind control. Maybe he did. Need to rewatch a couple of the Thor movies. I mean, other than the staff. I know he used the scepter, but is that something he can do by himself? I've always loved this song ever since the Shrek movie. I think there's gonna be like, he's got scars or something, you know? That's why they're hiding the face. Whoa. This is the difference between a Loki that is prepared and competent and the Loki we were seeing in the last episode, who is not at the 4 hour and 9 minute mark in the video. Okay, I'm gonna start the timer at 5:15. I don't need to pause this to pull this off. Okay. Oh, it can talk back! He's got a suit! Cool. Okay, I want this to be a forever thing. Her always running around. Gear up. Is he gonna be wearing one of those suits? Cool. I thought it was gonna be like the battle suits. Which kind? Convict? Something like that? Variant. I should have known. Secondarily, you have to wonder why Loki himself, this self, would not end up betraying them. Almost. Okay, this is what I was wanting to know. But I do want to say, like, for what reason would Loki not side with apparently what sounds like the super Loki, the more dangerous Loki? Starting the timer. That actually does add credence to his Loki's whole "my choices are my own." Apparently. It's actually kind of a Deadpool quality he's got going there. Starting the timer at 6:45 and 3, 2, 1, go. Huh. I mean, if you're gonna have him along, you may as well learn everything, and although it seems semantic, there was a difference there, and it sounds like it matters, even if Loki's just being smug. At least he. At least he's thinking that way. So. That's probably a lot. At least that basically explains how pruning works. Okay. Is he wrong? I don't think he is, but I could see that being a joke here. Ironically. Is this whole thing gonna be like Sherlock Holmes? You're wrong, right? Okay, he's just bullshitting. He's not wrong. Oh, that's creepy. They conveniently don't show the people. Oh, well, not the dead ones, obviously, but the living ones. Spooky. Eh. Oh no, she's the bad guy, isn't she? Okay. True. No, the evil lying scourge is a pretty fun part to play. Nah, really. Okay, so that all-knowing thing is bunk. Because there was an argument to be made that perhaps the so many problems happen that they just don't involve themselves because they've got this time variance authority. But if that's the case, they truly are not just everything my way. Stop! Are we? Really? Manipulate? I will say this much, though. I will be a little disappointed if there is not a true long con revealed at some point on this Loki's part. Even if he's not evil, I still want something that, like, whoa moment! Ideally with little hints throughout. Otherwise, what's even the point of having the super con man be the main character of this show? You know what I'm talking about, like that episode 6 moment where it's like, at episode 2, in frame 45,000. Who's this? I guess it's not important for now to know who that is. Didn't focus in on them once. Now, I'm curious. Fair enough. She probably knows who you are. Just ask for the thing, unless you're not allowed to have the thing. In which case, get clever. Yeah. I was hoping it'd be like a little manila folder with like 2 pages in it. His own case file? Or is it the other Loki's? They never. I don't really think they ever address whether Asgardians really need to sleep, and I'm kind of. Oh, there we go. Cool. Maybe this can somehow fix. This show will fix what's going on with the Asgardians somehow. Zero variance energy detected. None? Now that implies. I'm speculating a little bit on what that means. I'm wasting my time because they're probably about to explain it. But zero does this mean that this is a point in time which is not known to or never diverges in that the Loki in this timeline by this point never becomes a variant or nothing becomes a variant. That's curious. Starting the timer at 21:21 in 3, 2, 1, go. The great thing about that is, despite how unconcerned he seems, he really was sad before. Yeah. I was cool with his irritation before, but I'm actually getting a little annoyed with Mobius right now because Loki is clearly zoned in on his thought process, and he's like, maybe he's bullshitting them, but they don't know that yet. Like, hey, like, I was totally on board with the scene earlier where he's just kind of being so a little dickish towards Loki, but right now it's just like, dude. I will say give the salad back, but he's the god of mischief. If the worst thing he does is take a salad, I'll be like, hey, it was a good day. Starting the timer at 22:30 and 3, 2, 1, go. Now you're ruining. And what's wrong with your theory? Why do you have to go after that guy's lunch? At least Mobius, you have a reason to talk to. I mean, yeah, First off, even if he was going to Ragnarok, there's no way Loki thinks he can save the place. I don't think he's being that stupid. And yeah, they could go anywhere, so I don't. It didn't remotely sound like that's what Loki was pitching. I'm not saying he doesn't have a scheme here, but that would be not the scheme. Starting the timer at 24:08 in 3, 2, 1, go. Wait, was that the line that sold it? Come on. Is Loki gonna be like handcuffs? What are we in Pompeii? Did it say? I gotta jump back. I was distracted by my own humor. Starting at 24:55. In 3, 2, 1, go. Yes. Okay. Okay. So they're breaking the rules. Just yawn really loud. Like, you don't need to do stupid bird noises. His horn friends. We are agents of horns. That was awesome. I don't. I mean, I'm sure 99% of them died, but I don't think everybody in Pompeii died. Cool. It'd be very exhausting hiding method. I thought they were going to be covered in dust. Trillions. I mean, it's time. They're infinite. All throughout space and time, good god. Unless they can only be on Earth, Asgard, places that Loki could realistically physically reach. But even then, there's a lot. What did he say? Starting the timer at 27:46. 3, 2, 1, go. See, it's way less dumb than you made it sound. You thought about this a lot. So they're basically almost prisoners of this job. It sounds just as ridiculous. Fair enough, but there is a key difference between his unbelief in his story and your belief in yours. Glorious purpose. We're going to come back to that line a lot, aren't we? Obviously, there is. So you don't work with the far future. Okay. I'm a scared grown adult. Ooh, ooh. Cogs turning, brain moving. Yes, I am! Andy. Come on. What'd he say? Display for a bride? Let's play for pride. Splay for a bride. I was stuck on that one. I don't want subtitle anymore. I'm done. Okay. All right, starting the timer at 32:23. In 3, 2, 1, go. I didn't know that the swallow was extinct. What happens? And hurricanes is now like they just snap and you're dead, so it's not that dangerous. Obviously, Loki's tough, so he's not like. He uncovered a massive hole in the security, and he told you about it. Does it doesn't work out mean something bad happens, or they just didn't find anything? Dude, what if he? Again, I'm picturing. Oh, there she is. Dude, again, this is tying into the long con that I'm expecting. Something like he was able to screw with the scanner he used to check for variants in the timeline when they did the Pompeii thing. Something like that. I doubt that's what it is, but that's the kind of thinking I'm wondering if we're on. Just something ridiculously convoluted. The scheming involved. Starting the timer at 32:23 in 3, 2, 1, go. The super bad Loki. Oh, that was cool. Oh yeah, we're in 2050, so it's futury. Whoa. Climate change, yo. Oh, I thought it was just an illusion. That she's got authority. Oh God. All right, is he gonna start to try and win her over? I don't know her name. Need to learn her name. Oh, he's already onto them! Should have showed up in disguises. Is that a reset charge? Is that what that is? No. Nah. Awesome! It wasn't him, it was a mind. Body transfer. I thought it was mind control. Oh, hell. Aw. Hey, dude, be smarter. It's gonna make your job harder. Oh, no. Cool. Service with a smile. It's important to remember that no matter how dangerous he may seem, or she may, whatever, this is still Loki. Prone to arrogance. Oh, that's not your plan. Lieutenant. Randy. Destroying it. True chaos can only exist. See, in service of free will, it would be best for the timekeepers to go away. However, obviously, there are major drawbacks to that. Cool. Was it because he was smaller? It seems probable he can't just do the body swap thing. Maybe it's like Clayface, where the sense of original self has disappeared. Doggy! They should be much cooler. It should be like super future doggos. Because we have those now. I get that there's not going to be that much advancement in 30 years, but he doesn't want you at all. Okay, so it is just like an enchantment, long distance possession. Okay. Your powers are making me think of Wanda. Okay. Still had the horns, though. I guess that's convenient as a shapeshifter. They can have anyone play Loki and it works. That works out. No, that's the bad lines. And that mustache is the worst line. Mustache guy's my new favorite character. Oh, no. Ooh. And they still probably are gonna blame Loki. You know what I mean. He's not running. Or is he? He's running! Holy shit. I kinda thought they were establishing something that was resembling a status quo for at least like 2 or 3 episodes, you know? But no, it's just like end of episode 2. What the fuck gonna happen? Aww. That's the sucky thing about this, is I would totally be cool with like an actual like TV show instead of like an 8-episode movie. That's pretty much what this is. Well, I don't know if it's 8 or 10 episodes, but that's not the point. An actual like long form TV show that is just Loki, Tom Hiddleston, and Owen Wilson, Time Detectives. I'm just so fucking sold on this show. Oh. That does continue to beg the question, though, because we still haven't learned the variant Loki's brother. Lady Loki! Loki! Her name is Loki. We haven't learned her backstory. But, as I've said, obviously that might be different now, but prior to this, if that makes sense in a time travel show, on the sacred timeline, there is a beginning and an end. Nothing changes. And they can tell when something does change. Oh, Miss Minutes Tara Strong? I knew I recognized the voice. Anyway. It has to be at some point that it diverged. So, Lady Loki was at some point definitely Guy Loki. Right? That has to make sense. Yeah, for sure. It has to be. Unless they're going to drop another truth bomb, but information at hand right now. That's how things are. So, is it somewhere on our timeline, being that the movies we've seen, that things shifted? Or is it prior to us having ever met Loki in the MCU? The only way you learn about the Time Variance Authority and everything that goes along with that is if you do something that sends you off the timeline, which that's obvious. But that also means that at some point, this Loki was before the Time Variance Authority. Like our Loki is. And somehow got away, which, and we have to see that. That's too important to this show to not get to see that. Either that, or another Loki who was a variant got Lady Loki on their side and let them know about the whole business. Further still, there's no way this show doesn't end up mattering to the greater MCU, which Doctor Strange into the Multiverse, I tend to think it's setting that up, as I've said several times now. But in broad strokes, it also set up the other two shows set up entirely different directions for two existing MCU characters. Yeah, two. Winter Soldier, he improved, but it wasn't. It was more of a linear continuation of his already continuing path. One towards a more villainous role, and one towards a more iconic role of being Captain America. Villainous, of course, going to Wanda. Loki can't simply be redeemed in this show. There's got to be a because that already happened. There's got to be a fundamental switch in the processing of how Loki interacts with the rest of the story from here on out, because they're not just gonna get rid of him after this. That'd be lame. I kind of want Loki Time Cop to be the forever character of the MCU. I want him to be the new Stan Lee, just in the background, peering over his newspaper, like, everything's cool, just Loki over here! I'm probably gonna have excuse to say this every episode of this show. I adore time travel shows and video games that has a tangential relation to time travel. This one, but it's kind of a minimal compared to the greater story. I love time travel. It's my favorite subgenre of entertainment. And so far, this is awesome. Next time.